This is one of my favorite videos I've ever created because it is so special in so many ways. I hope you enjoy this different style of video. Let me know in the comments what you think. There once was a king who had two wives. The first wife was called the Moon. She was beautiful and loved by her people. Every day, she would leave the palace in her magnificent carriage drawn by 4 white horses and ride around the world spreading her light. Wherever she went, flowers blossomed and animals came out of their hiding places to bask in her glow. Everyone loved the Moon. The king's second wife was called the Sun. Unlike the Moon, the Sun was not very beautiful. She was lazy and selfish and spent all her time sleeping in her room. One day, the Moon decided to visit her sister who lived in a faraway land. Before leaving, she asked the Sun, "Please take care of the kingdom while I am gone." But the Sun just laughed at her and said, "I have never done such work before, and besides, it's not my job." So the Moon left the kingdom in the hands of the Sun and set off on her journey. As soon as the Moon left, the Sun began to enjoy the power and the adoration of the people. She reveled in the fact that everyone looked up to her and wanted to be near her. Soon, though, she grew bored of it all. She missed her old life and wished the Moon would come back. She started to cry. "Oh, why did I ever agree to do this?" she cried. "I am not strong enough to carry this burden alone." Meanwhile, the Moon was having a wonderful time visiting her sister. She told her all about her adventures as the queen and all the exciting things she had seen. And when she finally returned home after several days, she was surprised to see the kingdom in ruins. The flowers were wilted, the animals were hiding, and everything was dark and gloomy. She couldn't believe her eyes. "What happened here?" she asked. Then she saw the Sun sitting on the throne, looking sad and defeated. "Sister, what happened? Why is the kingdom in such bad shape?" she asked. The Sun replied, "I don't know what happened. I guess I'm just not cut out for this." The Moon was shocked. She couldn't believe that her sister, who was supposed to be taking care of the kingdom, had let it fall apart like this. She was so angry that she turned to her 4 white horses and said, "Take me to my room. I never want to see either of you again." The Sun begged the Moon for forgiveness, but she would not listen. She went straight to her room and slammed the door. The Moon then called a meeting with all the animals and told them that from now on, she would no longer rule over the kingdom. Instead, she would live in the sky and watch over her people from above. The animals were sad to see her go, but they understood that she was right. The Sun simply wasn't strong enough to be queen, so they all agreed to follow the Moon into the sky. As they flew higher and higher, the Sun tried to stop them, but it was too late. The Moon and her 4 horses had already reached the sky. And that is why, my friends, the Moon and the Sun live in the sky today. They are no longer sisters, and the Sun has long forgotten about her days as queen. Now, whenever we look up to the sky and see the Moon shining brightly, we remember the story of the 2 sisters and the importance of being strong and true to yourself. One day, the king became very ill and no medicine seemed to help him. The wise men of the kingdom said that the only thing that could save him was the touch of the Sun. But the Sun had been living in the sky for so long that she had forgotten all about her old life. She didn't even remember the king. When the Moon told her that the king needed her help, she refused. "I'm sorry, but I can't help you," she said. "I don't know that man." The Moon was shocked. She couldn't believe that her sister had become so cold and heartless. She decided to go to the Sun and try to convince her to come back. When the Moon arrived at the Sun's palace, she was met by 2 guards who told her that the Sun was not available. "We're sorry, Your Highness, but the Sun is busy," one of the guards said. "She doesn't have time to see anyone right now." The Moon was furious. She could not believe that her own sister would treat her this way. She raised her hand and with a wave of her magic, turned the guards into frogs. Then she jumped over the palace wall and slipped inside. The Moon walked through the palace until she found the Sun sitting on a throne made of gold. "I need your help," the Moon said. "The king is very sick and only you can save him." The Sun looked up from her book and gave her sister a cold stare. "I'm sorry, but I'm not interested," she said. "I don't know who you're talking about." The Moon was outraged. How could her sister act like this? After all, they had been through so much together. But then she saw something that made her heart sink. On the Sun's throne sat a handsome young prince. He was tall and charming, and the Moon could see why the Sun had chosen to stay in the sky. She was in love. The Moon was heartbroken. She had thought that her sister had become cold and distant because she had forgotten about her past. But now she saw that the Sun was simply in love, and that was why she didn't want to return to the kingdom. The Moon felt a pang of jealousy, but she knew that she couldn't blame her sister. She had once been in love too. The moon took a deep breath and said, "Very well, then you shall remain in the sky. But I will bring the dawn and dusk to this world so that you may still be with us, even if only for a little while." The sun was surprised by her sister's kindness, and she agreed. And that is why, my friends, the sun only shines during the day and the moon only shines during the night. If they were both to shine at the same time, the world would be plunged into darkness. Do you know someone who's always there for you no matter what? Share about them in the comment section below. This is a great story, isn't it? It teaches us that even when we feel like giving up, we should never lose hope. It also shows us the importance of family and how even sisters who seem to be very different can still love each other very much. What lesson did you learn from this story? Tell us in the comments section below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying these African folktales. If you want to hear more, please subscribe to my channel and I'll make sure to tell you every time I upload a new story. You can also follow me on social media to see behind the scenes videos and get a glimpse into my life. Thanks for listening and I'll see you next time.